Alright, so this video goes out to Mr. Richard Boykin, the Cook County Commissioner out there in Chicago, Illinois, wherever I think Zero Heads said Chicago. First and foremost, I'd like to say to everybody that watches this, it's pretty important. You need to share it around, especially for people that don't pay attention to Zero Hedge or read their news. People that just go on YouTube and watch videos to get their news. Apparently, this Cook County Commissioner Richard Boykin has not asked the Trump administration or has not decided to stay in his own country, and go to the chain of command like normal politicians should, or would be the respectful thing to do. No, this douchebag goes to New York City and decides to ask, I can't remember his name, somebody from Argentina to, please deploy United Nations peacekeeping troops in Chicago. Now, first off, why the hell wouldn't he just ask for federal help? Oh, that's right, because Chicago's a sanctuary city, and we have to save all the scores of immigrants, even though a lot of them are criminal, a lot of them are here illegally, taking American jobs, taking American wages, diluting our great country. But, we want to stick up for them. So we don't want to ask feds for help, even though the FBI and the feds have their own issues. And no, do we want to ask the National Guard for help? No. Why do such a stupid thing like that? That apparently is bad for business. No, we want United Nations peacekeeping troops to come in. The same people that go to Africa and, Syria and the Middle East, and actual soldiers that want to come into a country that, don't really understand anything and will cause a bunch new problems then. So this video is, for people that agree, we do not want United Nations here by any means, because once they get a foothold in the door, that's what everybody's fears were during the presidential election. If everybody remembers that before Trump got elected, everybody saw what Obama was doing, giving our internet to the United Nations, giving this to the United Nations, forking more money to the United Nations. Everybody thought that, they were going to try to have the United Nations come in and just start going crazy, use them as a mouthpiece, violent piece, so to speak, just to stir up a whole bunch of violence and make it look like then it's the Civil War, it's the citizens doing it. Well, no, a lot of people that are patriots, and a lot of people, we do not want foreign people coming into our country, whether they're peacekeepers or not. They don't understand the values of our country. They don't understand the rules. They're used to going into places that are led by dictators, that are led by no rules, They can shoot, rob, kill them, and them soldiers, they can do whatever they want because it's in the name of peacekeeping. So for people that don't want this to happen, you need to call your congressmen, you need to call your congresswomen, you need to call whoever you can, even though really that's not going to do a whole heap of good, because the politicians nowadays, are except a few of them, a few of them that are still political servants, that they actually give a shit about their constituents, But a lot of them are just snakes that are there to line their own pockets, to, prop up big business, get money for their next campaign. So we don't want that. And if there's a push for them to actually come to Chicago or come to, I saw in the Zero Hedge piece, it's not just about Chicago. It's, a lot of cities around the United States are crazy high with violence. It said something about Chicago makes up 30% of the African American race, but 80% of the gun violence. So it's a lot of black on black crime. But the United Nations will just make matters worse, y'all. Who's to say we don't let them come in? And if anybody ever wants to see, I mean, hell, all you got to do is come down to Baltimore. I think, I could be mistaken, don't quote me on that, but I think it is Baltimore, down at the Kellogg's plant, the Kellogg's company. They still have a shit ton of all white, big N on the side of the armored Humvees, tankers, a whole parking lot full in the back of United Nations vehicles. So yeah, what's not to say we don't let them come in, and then they get their foothold in the door. And then they start saying, well, it's not just Chicago. Chicago's just the tipping point, We feel that the United States, it's turning crazy. We need to put more peacekeepers on the ground in Atlanta, in Baltimore, in Florida, in California, in Cincinnati, in St. Louis. Next thing you know, you have like 30-some cities, 50 cities, soldiers, just amok. And real patriots ain't gonna stand for that shit. We don't want foreign people coming in trying to police us. We have our own National Guard to do that are actual American citizens. So I'm hoping this story just, is a fly-by-night, little 48-hour tidbit type of thing. But just in case it's not, and they do try to start secretly bringing in these peacekeeping forces, people need to start watching this, because you know what? It's going to be people like you, like me, that try to warn people ahead of time. And if they do come, it's going to be people like me that travel right to where them assholes are, and we'll stand up and say, get the hell out of our country right now, because we don't want you here. And I mean, it's getting to a flashpoint, y'all. There's a multitude of issues happening. Something is coming to a flashpoint. Something is coming. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So, people can keep going on just living their dreamy little lives, only worried about them and theirs. They got their little blinders on. Oh, as long as it's not happening to me and mine, oh, I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. Y'all can keep looking at it that way and going on about it that way until next thing you know, they're rolling into your town, telling you where you can spend money, where you can't spend money. Oh, you're not allowed here. Oh, you're not allowed there. Oh, you're a woman. Well, guess what? Women can't be out past 7 p.m., this and that. And then everybody will want to make a big deal about it. Oh, what's going on? Surely this can't happen in America. Well, that's what happens when you have blinders on, ladies and gentlemen. So, just made this quick video to let everybody know that there is talk that this boykin douchebag wants United Nations peacekeepers to come into Chicago instead of help from his own government, his own entity. He wants foreign entities to come in. So comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this. Honestly, let me know if it's just paranoia or just opinion. Whatever. Let me know.